Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today I am tired, but we have a special announcement to look at, alright? Legundo blockwars. You heard it right. Legundo blockwars. I would like to see, instead of just, I love Wolfeei Mogomel, Legundo blockwars. Yup. Special 4,000 sub point goal special collaboration with Blockwars event for a 40-player invitational event. Blockwars with Prox Chat with my friends. This will be chaos. See you on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern for the show. For anyone who's interested in watching this event, wants to know what it is, Sunday, 2 p.m. EST, upcoming Sunday. By the time this video is up, it'll be tomorrow. Or if you're Australian, it probably still would be tomorrow. But by the time this video is up, it'll be in, well, within 24 hours, probably. I don't know exactly when I'm posting this, but yeah. This event is happening on Sunday, the 9th of February at 2 p.m. EST with a bunch of people. We're going to look at the teams, because the teams have been revealed by Legundo himself. And yeah, one thing, if you're not aware, I mean, now you should be, Legundo's doing a subathon. I highly respect the effort that Legundo has put into his subathon. I've tuned in here and there, and visually a lot of these things are just nicer. You can tell that there's actual effort going into this subathon. There's, you know, cool little graphics all around, etc. And also, he's definitely been planning things out properly. Obviously, his expectations have been exceeded to an extent, of course. However, stuff like this was partially somewhat planned, very, very quickly planned, but it was planned. It was at least concepted to happen at some point. So there you go. And now it's happening on the 9th, you know, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern. So let's get into the teams before I forget, you know. We're going to just scroll through and kind of look at every single team and kind of who's included. Something that is important to note is Legundo made this roster entirely by himself. Blockwars, me, Anthos, etc. had absolutely zero involvement with who was invited for this event. So you're going to see a lot of people who've never touched Blockwars before. You're going to see some people who have touched Blockwars before. And whatever comes in between, you're going to just see a lot of people included that you may not have expected to see included, or maybe the opposite. Maybe you're going to see people included that you knew for sure were going to be in, or maybe you thought, maybe there's people who you expected to be in who aren't in, you know, like myself, obviously, totally, you know, didn't expect to be invited for this. I'm the organizer of Blockwars. I play plenty of Blockwars that I don't have to play every single Blockwars. I don't really care, right? But I'm sure a lot of people were thinking, oh, of course, Wolfeei Mogomel is going to be in the Legundo Blockwars, but nah, I wasn't invited, and totally understand. This is kind of an opportunity to give other people a chance to play, and I think that's good. I mean, you're going to see a lot of people in this event who might not play a Blockwars after this, whether it's main event, Origins, etc. Maybe they won't get the opportunity to play again, so this is a good time to do it for the first time, and maybe the only time. So, first off, you got the red team with Legundo himself, together with Wolfeei and Mogswamp, who you should be familiar with if you've watched Blockwars at least. Wolfeei also being known for Rats and Rats, not Realm, sorry, I was confused with Panky, my bad. Wolfeei is on Rats. He's a rat, alright? And then Mogswamp from, you know, the videos. Then you have CC and Liam, both from Rising 3. You're going to see a lot of Rising people in this roster, which makes a lot of sense, because I know Legundo is very actively involved with that Rising bubble of creators, because it's just a nice little community that they have. So yeah, that's CC and Liam being brand new to the event, I guess. I mean, this isn't really an official Blockwars regardless, right? It's not going to be on our website. We're not announcing things. It's just a special spin-off. Well, not really a spin-off, but I guess an invitational maybe would be a better way to name it. I don't know. So yeah, these are not like canon, official, whatever you want to call it, players, but you get what I mean. First time for CC and Liam to touch Blockwars, play Blockwars, whatever. Next up, you have a team consisting of April Reigns, Bumpy Jake, Abolish Regrets, Scuffed Sushi, and P-Porp, which I think is a trio from Rising 3, and then Jake, who is a staff member for Blockwars, which, funny that Jake's playing one. Makes sense, but like, it's funny. And I'm not familiar with April. I mean, cool. I guess I can't really comment on the teams, right? There's a bunch of new people, no clue what the skill level is. I do think it's interesting that you're now, for not the first time, but it's a rare occasion that you're seeing a staff member play Block Wars. You know, Bumpy Jake doesn't get to play Block Wars usually. He can be in testings and he does video stuff, but he's not allowed to play them because that's how the rules are set up. So, yeah. And also, I hope that with like Abolish being included or maybe others being included, sorry. I hope this covers some of your highly requested players to have their one appearance. I think this is a nice way to make that happen. Next up, you have Sandwich Lord, With My Ex, White Box, Fanity, and Katie Gobert, which, yep, another team where you got a lot of rising folk, and they're included. I'm not familiar with Fanity, at least. Maybe the name sounds somewhat familiar. I just don't really know where from. But I mean, White's played. Sandwich obviously has played. May is one of the more requested people, as we have figured out from recent content. Katie was on May's team for Rising 3. And Fanity, I'm not too familiar with, as you can tell, but I'm sure that they fit in super well. And further along, we get the green team, which is consists of Ruby, Code Neon, Duvid, Vintage Applesauce, and Leon's Boo, which I think Ruby, Code Neon, and Vintage Applesauce were on the same team for Rising 3. They were on the Skyblock team, I think. And then I am unfamiliar with Leon and Duvid, so I can't really comment on where they're from, what they do, or how good they are. So, I don't know. But there's at least a trio of people who've teamed in an event before, and I'm sure that they're going to have a great time on their second run altogether. Next up, you got, he did it in 2 halves. I didn't even notice that. So, next up, you have the Aqua team, which is Aragon, Narfi or Knarfi, BitSquid, and Nature of Gaming. I'm familiar with Aragon and obviously BitSquid, because BitSquid's the organizer of, what's it called? Biome Battle. Cool to see an org play in a different event, right? Sorry. I haven't slept in a long time. Not familiar with BH underscore, Narfi, or Nature of Gaming, but I'm sure they're going to have a great time. So, yep, cool. Next up, you got the blue team, which is Unoriginal Gooses. I thought the plural of goose was geese, but I guess that works too. It's a name, so it doesn't matter. Sabrasen, Bekrock Roll, Destiny, and Cactus Platypus. If I'm being completely honest, not familiar with anyone on this team, couldn't tell you how good the team is, but I'm sure they're gonna have a great time, right? I'm sure they're gonna have fun. Next up, you have Purple Team, which I think is, I guess aside from Nuke, a full, sorry, apologies again, a full Rising combo with John Unleashed being on a backup team for Rising. Rusty Courage, I think, played in Rising 3. Cherryfire played in Rising 3. Nom was in Rising 2. And I know Nuke applied, at least, and is friends with a lot of the Rising folks. So I'm sure that it'll work well together. I think it should be a fun team. One thing, I guess, to bring up here is I'm curious if this event potentially could lead to some of these people being maybe Origins newcomer editions. I feel like there are some names that I'm noticing that could be interesting for maybe an Origins edition, but that's not up to me. That's up to whoever decides that, which is not me. And then here we have Avid MC, Looney, FBO, Seawat Gaming, and Viking Pilot. So, obviously, FBO, Seawat played last time. First time that they played. I don't know if they're going to be players in Block Wars going forward, but they're playing in this, so maybe. Then you have Avid MC, who was on the Skyblock team, I think. Yes, he was, because I remember he was the one, or they were the one, I should say, that was very lively and energetic in that application video. And then Looney, I've heard of, Don't remember exactly where from, but the name rings a bell. And then Viking Pilot, I'm not familiar with, but I'm sure they're great. So yeah. Anyways, as you can tell, I'm super tired. I hope you had fun watching this video. Hope you're excited for this set of teams. I hope you're looking forward to it. And yeah, if you have any questions or concerns about this event, don't ask me. Ask Legundo. He's the orc this time. I mean, I'm not doing anything with this. He asked me if this could happen, and that's about it. So, yep. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you're excited for either of these. Well, not either. One of these 8 teams at least. I guess this is kind of your rising. You know, you're kind of getting a rising block wars, maybe a little bit because of the amount of newcomers. So yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.